The final skill that we're going to learn before we build our currency converter app at the end of this section is how to add images to our app. So images are obviously a core way of making your app more attractive and interesting to the user, and they're pretty easy to add in Android Studio. So first off, we're going to need some images to add. So I'm going to jump over to Google Images and just search for some images of cats. Why not? And I think I'll go for some clip art cats. And those first two look great. So of course, if you're working with an app you're going to actually use in publication, then you need to be very careful of the copyright status of the images that you're using. But if you're just playing with an app for practice, then downloading an image from Google Images just to test things is perfectly fine. So I control click there or right click on Windows and save image as. And I'm going to save it on the desktop. I'll just call it cat. Now notice this image is actually pretty big. It's a pretty big image, so I might have to resize it before I put it in my app. So this one is 4000 by 5000, which is very big. This one's 500 by 500 or so, which is actually perfectly fine. So I'll save that one. We'll see why we're having two images in a moment. So I'll call that cat2. And then to do the resizing, on Mac, it's very simple. I'm just going to double click on the image. I want cat. There we go. And then tools, adjust size. And then I'll change that to 400 pixels in width. That will make it much smaller and less likely to cause any speed problems within our app. And then I'll just save it and move on. If you're on Windows, you'll need to either just download a smaller image or use some kind of image conversion program to change the image size. And then to import the images, just find them. And then on Windows, you can just drag them into the drawable folder there within the resources folder. But on a Mac, for some reason, you need to copy them to the clipboard. So Command C, and then go over to the drawable folder and then Command V to paste them in. And then we'll just click OK. And then they'll be imported into our project. Excellent. So how do we actually make them appear? Well, back over to Activity Main. And here I'll actually get rid of the three items that we've got so far. And I'll bring in an image view. And I'm going to make it align to the top left. And then we'll make it fill parent both in terms of width and height. There we go. And then we scroll all the way down to SRC, which is short for source. And then we're going to select one of our cat images. So click on the button with the three dots. And then go over to the drawable section on the left. And whoop, there they were. And there's our two options. So I'll go for the first cat. And there he or she is. And then I'd like to see that in action, but before I do, I will need to remove the code in main activity because that now refers to user interface elements that are no longer there. So if we tried to run it as it was, then we'd get an error. So let's just check, make sure our cat appears as we'd like. And there we go. See, our cat is displayed beautifully there. So now you might be wondering why we have this second cat image. And that's because I'm going to set you another challenge. And this challenge will require you to do a little bit of Googling to work out the solution to the challenge. Googling is maybe 80% of the job of the average developer. A very important skill to learn, and you're going to get your first taste of it right now. So what we're going to do is add a button to our app. And what we want to do is when we press that button, the image should change from the first cat image to the second cat image. Simple as that. So obviously setting up the button to run some code should be second nature now, but updating an image with code is something you haven't done before. So you'll need to do a quick bit of Googling to work out how to do that. That's it though. Time to pause the video and give it a shot. Best of luck. All right, here we go then. I hope you managed to do that. I'm going to start by adding the button in. So I'm just going to drag it over on top of the image view. And I'll change it to new cat. And then I'll just set the on click. Again, I'll call it new cat. And then we'll write the code for the new cat method. So again, public void, because it's not returning anything. New cat, and this is coming from a view. So we'll add that in there. Now, one quick tip before we get into changing the cat image is that when you're setting up something like this, especially if you're going to add some code that you haven't used before, that you're not that confident about, is just set up a quick test to make sure that everything is connected up as you'd want it to be. And then run your app with that code before you do anything too complicated regarding code that you're not familiar with. So while that's running, I'm just going to jump over back to Chrome and do a Google search. So what is it that I want to do? I want to update an image with code. So let's try that. Update image with code, and then we need to specify the platform that we're working on. Usually Android is enough. Sometimes I put Java in there as well, just to be clear. But usually Android is enough. So there we go. How to update or change images of image view dynamically in Android. That looks pretty perfect. You'll notice that, in fact, all of the top 4 results there were on Stack Overflow. If you haven't used Stack Overflow before, you'll definitely come across it. It's a fantastic site where anyone can ask and answer primarily programming questions, but it's actually extended to all sorts of other topics now as well. So if you have a question that you really can't find the answer to, you can actually just post it on Stack Overflow, but make sure you've Googled it very carefully first. Okay, so this looks like the answer to our question. Looks like we're creating an image view, just like we created an edit text in the previous video, using find view by ID, and then this is the key there, set image resource, and then it looks like we find the resource from the drawable folder. Perfect. So I would always look through code fairly carefully to make sure that you understand what it's doing before you use it. Don't just use code blindly. But let's have a quick look then. So does our new cat button work? Oh, I've got an info search in there. There we go. Okay, so everything is connected okay. The advantage of doing that is if your image code didn't work for any reason, then it's hard to know whether you just made a mistake in the setup or whether your code is wrong. So now at least we know that if there's a problem, it will be a problem with the code. So I've pasted that in there. Now obviously we need to update a few things. So we've got our image. We need to find view by ID. So we'll need to give our image an ID. There it is. So I'll double click on the image. I'll call it cat image view. And we'll update all the usages of that within the app. And then over in main activity, we should now be able to find it in r.id.cat image view. There it is. And then we just want to take our image and set an image resource. So we put it in drawable, so we should be able to find r.drawable.cat2. If I select it correctly, there it is. So you see that was predictive. We don't need the extension. It only stores the actual file name. There we go. So I hope you managed to do that bit of Googling. When you get to the stage where you can comfortably Google something that you don't know how to do, it's really useful because you can essentially build any app you like just by working out the missing bits of your knowledge and filling them in by looking on Stack Overflow or just Google. So let's have a look. We should now find that when we tap the button, it updates the image to the second cat. And there we go. One quick final thing before we move on to our challenge is that with images, it's worth knowing that there are different ways to display them within the image view. And you'll find that here in properties near the bottom where it says scale type. And so for example, fit XY will stretch it right to the edge of the container. Fit start will keep it in proportion and align it to the top of the container. Fit center will keep it in proportion and align it in the center of the container. That's probably the one you're most commonly going to need. Fit end will obviously keep it at the end. Center has it full resolution and then centers it. Center crop does something pretty similar. And then center inside is just keeping it centered within the image view itself. So probably fit center or center inside is going to be the one that you want for most of your images. Wonderful. So now we've covered images. We know everything that we need for our currency converter app. So let's go and build that in the next video.